Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Nishita. Today, my seminar topic is about sequences and introduction to lists. These are the contents. Sequences, introduction to list. In that introduction, we are going to see about what is a list, the repetition operator, iterating over a list with the for loop, indexing, the length function, mutable list, and the concatenating list, and finally the conclusion. First, we are going to say about sequences. Sequence is nothing but an object which contains multiple items of data stored one after the other. We can perform different operations on a sequence, and we can manipulate the items which are stored in it. Python provides various ways to perform operations on the items that are stored in a sequence. We have several types of different types of sequences. The two fundamental sequences are list and tuple. The difference between list and tuple is list is mutable, which is nothing but we can't change the values in the list, and the tuple is immutable, which means that we cannot be change the value of tuple. Introduction to list. A list is an object that contains multiple data items. Each item that is stored in a list is called an element. Different elements can be stored in a list, which are enclosed in brackets and separated by comma. This is an example. Numbers specifying a list of integers, and this is another example. Fruits, it is a list of strings, and this is a list of different types of objects. We can use print function to display the elements of a list. Here it is an example. First, we are declaring the numbers, specifying a list of integers, and then we are using print. In that print function, we are passing the numbers variable so that it can print the elements of a list. Next, list function. List function is used to convert certain types of objects to list. Here, and we can also give the range of elements also in that list function. Here, the list function returns the list of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This list is assigned to the numbers variable. Next, the repetition operator. The repetition operator makes multiple copies of a list and joins them all together. This is the general format of the repetition operator. Here, list is a sequence and n is the repetition operator. This is an example numbers which is assigned to 2 into 5. Here, the 2 will be printed 5 times. First, we are declaring the numbers variable. And we are initializing the value 2. Next, we are printing the numbers, printing that list. Here it is another example. Here first we are passing the only single element. Next, we are using multiple elements. Iterating over a list with the for loop. So we can use for loop to print a list of elements, and we can iterate over a for loop. This is an example. First, we are declaring a numbers variable, and then we are initializing the values, initializing the list. Now, this is the example for loop. First, next, for n in numbers, print n. This for loop will print the elements which are stored in the numbers variable. Indexing. Indexing is a way to access the individual elements in a list. Each element in a list has a specific index which will specify the position of that value. Index starts with 0. Example, my list. My list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Here the index of the first element 1 is 0 and next element is 1. After that it is 2. After that it will have the index 3. We can print the elements of the list with the following statement. Print of my list. Here we are passing the index as the argument. Next, we are printing the first, second element, third element, and fourth element. We can also use for loop to print the elements of the list. Here it is an example. Here we are using while loop, and also we can use for loop also. Next, negative index. We can use negative indexes with list to identify elements position relative to the end of the list. The index -1 specify the last element, and the -2 specify the next last element next to the last element. And we can print it. We can print the elements of the list by using negative index also. Here it is an example. We have my list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Print my list of -1, my list of -2, my list of -3, my list of -4. The result will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the -1 means 5, -2 means 4, -3 means 3, -4 means 2, and -5 means 1. An index error exception will be raised if we give an invalid index with a list. So we should give the correct index. If we give wrong incorrect index, then will index error exception will raise. Here it is an example. My list equal to first we are declaring my list, specifying the list of 4 elements 20, 30, 40, 50. Next we are specifying the index equal to 0 variable. Next we are using the while loop to print the elements. But here we are giving less than 5, but we are having 4 elements only. So it will print the we have to give the index as 4, but we are giving as 5. So this will cause an index error exception. Next, the length function. Python has a built-in functions named length that returns the length of a sequence, such as list. So length function is used to just return the length of a sequence. It is an example. Uh, my list equal to 10, 20, 30, 40. This is a list. Next, length of my list. Then it will print the list length of the given list. The function returns the value 4, which is the number of elements in the list. This value is assigned to the size variable. The length function can be used to prevent an index error exception also. So if we pass my list as a length of my list as a value, then we can prevent we can print the index error exception also. Next, lists are mutable. Mutable means we cannot we can change the values in the list. Example, first we are specifying a list. After that we are printing the numbers. If we give numbers of 0 equal to 99, print numbers, the output will be changed. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the list before changing the value. After changing the value, it is 99, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can change the values of a list. When we use an indexing expression to assign a value to a list element, we must use a valid index for any existing element. If we give an incorrect index, then it will give the index error exception. Using index method to change the value, we can also use the index method to change the value in a list. First, we are specifying the list with a variable called numbers, and then we are specifying the index equal to 0, while index less than length of numbers of index equal to 99. Next, we are using the while loop, and then we are giving a variable length of numbers means here it is a it will give the length of numbers. Up to that length, it will print the elements. After that, we are changing the value of given index. Here, index will be we can give any index in the given range only. This is the example program. First, we are creating a constant specified number of days equal to 5. Next, we are creating a main function. After that, we are creating a way This is the example program. First, we are creating a constant specified number of days equal to 5. Next, we are creating a main function. After that, we are creating a variable called sales to hold the list to hold the sales for each day. Next, we are creating a variable to hold an index. After that, we are printing the sales for each day. After that, we are using in a while loop to print the sales for each day. This number of days we have already declared. After that, we are printing the day index plus 1. First, we give the index equal to 0. After that, index plus 1 means 0 plus 1. Next, it will print the first day sales. After that, it will print the second day sales. It will print the sales up to 5 days. After that, it will display the values entered. Print here the values you entered. For that, for printing the sales for each day, we are using a for loop. To print print value, we are passing value variable to print the values of to print the sales for each day. This is the output. First, it will enter the sales for each day. First, we have to give the sales for each day. After that, it will print the sales. Next, concatenating list. We can use place operator to concatenate two lists. To concatenate means we are joining two things together. For example, list 1 equal to we are giving this list, and list 2 equal to we are giving this list. List 3 equal to list 1 plus list 2. Then the output will be this list 1 and list 2 will join together, and the new list will formed, and that list will be assigned to the list 3. We can also use augmented operator to concatenate two lists. Here it is an example. List 1 equal to this list, and list 2 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. If we use augmented operator, list 1 equal to list 1 plus equal to list 2, then the operation will be list 1 equal to list 1 plus list 2. After performing after this statement, the list 2 will be same, but the list 1 will be this new list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is how we can concatenate list. Conclusion: sequences are ordered collection of items. They can be strings, lists, and tuples. Sequences are super useful for organizing and manipulating data. Lists in Python are a type of sequences that can hold multiple items. They are enclosed in square brackets, and each item is separated by a comma. Lists are mutable, which means that we can change the values of the list, and we can also perform different operations like indexing, slicing, and concatenation. Thank you.